Explain in your words what is an immediately invoked function expression and why it is helpful. Okay, so an immediately invoked function expression, IIFA for friends, is a way to execute functions immediately as soon as they are created. So this is the syntax we use to create an immediately invoked function expression. We create two parentheses, and inside here we can use the arrow syntax, okay, or we can use the regular function syntax. It's the same. And we need to invoke those functions like this or like this, okay. You can already see that we have an error here. It's because due to me not using semicolons usually in JavaScript, we are basically, so JavaScript is being tricked by all those parentheses. It's thinking like we are trying to call this function which is invoked passing this other function. It's a mess. So what I do usually is I prepend everything with a semicolon just to be sure. So in this case we are executing those two functions. So you don't see anything because we don't have anything inside the functions. But if I say console.log first here, we get the result there, and I can say also this one second, okay, and we get the result here, first and second. That's it. So those are, we can also use named functions here, test, okay, it's not a problem. Why do we use immediately invoked function expressions is a good question. Why do we use them? So suppose you have like this function here and you want to invoke it like this, test, okay. You can simplify the thing by wrapping it into an immediately invoked function expression, and it will execute automatically, so without having a separate step to be invoked. And you get the benefit of having all encapsulated, so you can't access the test function here, it's undefined, okay. While if you had it like this, test was available because it was in the same scope. So wrapping it into a function, immediately invoked function, will make sure that it creates its own scope, so it does not leak outside of it. That's the main reason. This is the reason why most scripts, like the ones you included with jQuery or other libraries in WordPress sites or whatever, were all wrapped into immediately invoked function expressions to avoid polluting the global space. And to avoid problems, we always had problems with conflicting scripts, and this was why, okay, the lack of something like this.